All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to be tearing down the walls that have been built up around network security. We're diving into Nepean Networks Cyber Intelligence, and it's all about a strategy that completely breaks the chains of vendor lock-in. The goal? To make your SD-WAN not just smarter, but way more flexible and, fundamentally more secure.
So, let me start by asking you a question. Have you ever felt like your network security is, well, trapped? Like you're boxed in by a single vendor, forced to use their tools, play by their rules, and pay their prices? It's a super common problem, and it's exactly what we're going to unpack today. So here's our game plan. We'll kick things off by looking at this whole vendor lock-in trap. Then we'll introduce a new way of thinking about security, explore what's called the service chain advantage, and see how AI brings some serious intelligence to the table. After that, we'll look at the direct benefits for you, and we'll wrap it all up with a look at what make a network truly future-proof. Sound good? Let's get to it.
Okay, first up, the vendor lock-in trap. This is really the hidden cost of how network security has been done for years, and believe me, it's a major source of frustration for IT teams pretty much everywhere.
And this is where it gets really interesting when you put them side by side. On one side, you have the old way, proprietary embedded security that creates a really dangerous single point of failure. I mean, if that one vendor has a flaw, your entire network is exposed. But then you look at the new way, this modern approach, it completely decouples security. This lets you build an architecture that's not just flexible and cost-efficient, but way more resilient.
So how do we actually do that? Well, it takes a pretty fundamental shift in philosophy, one that's all about breaking free from that old rigid model. And right at the heart of this new philosophy is one incredibly powerful concept, being vendor-agnostic. Now, this isn't just some buzzword. It's basically a declaration of independence for your network. It means your SD-WAN connectivity is totally separate from your security layer. You can plug in any solution you want, whenever you want, without being forced into some package deal.
And this just shows you exactly how flexible that really is. We're talking about seamless integration with all the big commercial players you know, Checkpoint, Fortinet, you name it, but also popular open source options like pfSense. And you can even use your own custom virtualized firewalls. It's all about choice. You can mix and match. Maybe use a high-end commercial firewall at your main data center and a more cost-effective open source one at your branch offices. Total freedom. Now, this freedom is made possible by something called the service chain advantage. Let's dig into the technical how behind this whole philosophy. This is the engine that really creates that powerful flexibility and resilience.
This quote really nails it. By having your security functions operate independently, you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. Unlike those big monolithic solutions where one security flaw can bring the whole house down, this model builds resilience right from the start.
So how does this actually work in the real world? It's a pretty simple and logical four-step process. First, the SD-WAN fabric gives you that solid, robust connection. Then, the service chain logically inserts your security tools right into the data path. Step 3, you get to choose whichever firewall tool best fits your needs and your budget. And this last one is crucial. You can scale your security and your network independently. Need a beefier firewall? No problem. It won't mess with your core network operations at all.
And the strategic advantages here are just huge. You get unrestricted access to the best security tools out there, so you can build a real multi-layered defense. You get better cost efficiency, and your whole architecture is already aligned with modern frameworks like SASE, that's Secure Access Service Edge and Zero Trust. But maybe most importantly, you get rid of those incredibly dangerous single points of failure.
But look, a flexible architecture is only half the story. Now we get to the really cool part, the intelligence layer. This is powered by a platform called Illuminate, and it's all about real-time visibility and AI-driven insights.
Because, let's be real, security just can't be a set-it-and-forget-it thing anymore. The threats are just too dynamic. A truly strong network requires constant, intelligent monitoring that goes way beyond just checking to see if a firewall's on. And Illuminate delivers that intelligence in a massive way. We're talking more than 40 real-time dashboards. Just let that sink in for a second. This isn't just some single pane of glass. This is a complete command center, giving you actionable insights into everything happening on your network right now. It's designed to turn all that data into smart decisions. So what does that intelligence actually do for you? Well, its machine learning spots anomalies, weird traffic patterns that could be a sign of malware or a botnet. It gives you forensic tools so you can trace an incident all the way back to its source. It can actually stop data leaks by identifying and blocking unauthorized call home behaviors from compromised devices. And it even flags when people are using vulnerable, old protocols that are basically an open door for an attack.
This is what proactive, intelligent security looks like.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but what does it actually mean for your organization? Let's break down the specific benefits both for businesses and for managed service providers, or MSPs.
For businesses, it really comes down to freedom and control. You can tailor your security to meet very specific compliance needs, like PCI or HIPAA. You can swap out security vendors whenever you want. And of course, you get better cost efficiency and resilience. Now, for MSPs, this is a total game changer. You can offer a unique, super flexible service that makes you stand out. You can simplify your deployments, and you can onboard new clients so much easier, even if they have a complex mix of hardware already.
And hey, this isn't just theory. Check out this real-world example. There was a South African MSP, and they were really struggling to manage security for 50 different retail stores. By using this exact model, a powerful WatchGuard firewall at the core and cost-effective pfSense at all the stores, they simplified everything, completely eliminated their downtime, and even cut their costs. That's the kind of practical impact we're talking about.
So let's bring this all home. Ultimately, what we're really talking about here is building a future-proof network, an architecture that's designed not just to survive what's coming next, but to adapt and thrive in it.
I mean, today's world is all about cloud apps, remote work, and just a flood of IoT devices, right? Your network has to handle all of it, all at once. A truly future-proof strategy isn't about choosing between flexibility, security, or performance. It's about getting all three together.
Which brings us to the one final question you should be asking yourself about your own network. Is it just built to react to problems as they happen, or is it truly designed to adapt to whatever comes next? Thanks for watching.